everyone, welcome back to my channel Tictastic. I'm Wilamena and this is day 2 of Ticmas. So, today's video is going to be based around something which I didn't really know anything about until fairly recently, maybe I say a couple of years ago, and I'm going to be talking about tic attacks. So, for any of you that don't know, I have Tourette syndrome and that is what my channel is mostly based around. And tic attacks are something that go along with Tourette syndrome. Some people don't experience them at all. Sometimes some people really struggle with them. But for me, I never really had them until I reckon I had my first one maybe a couple of years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So it's still fairly recent and new to me. Tic attacks are basically severe bouts of like disabling tics, which can sometimes look a bit like an epileptic fit, but obviously everybody's tic attack looks different. They don't all look the same because everybody has different tics, so it isn't like a stereotype, that's how it looks. But for me, they do tend to look a bit like fits, but they do tend to include like whole body movements or like shaking or muscle tensing. So those are sort of the main things, and they can last for either, you know, just a couple of minutes or sometimes several hours. I'm very lucky that mine tend to be quite short. They're quite intense, but they tend to be under 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I'd say. It isn't very usual for me, personally, to get tic attacks very often. I'd usually have them maybe once in a blue moon. They weren't a regular problem that I had to deal with. A few weeks ago, I started having them more often. It was sort of linked with stress, and there was a lot going on at school, which tends to sort of trigger my tics anyway. So I was probably very tired and there were probably lots of factors, but I had, I think, a couple in a week, which was very unusual for me, because as I said, I usually have them once in a blue moon. I didn't really know what to do. Luckily, when I had my first one, because I go to boarding school, it was in my dorm and I was on my bed, and my dorm mate, she didn't entirely know what was going on. You know, she'd guessed basically that it was a tic attack because I described them before. She knew all about my Tourette's and she's amazing about it. And so she guessed, oh, this is probably a tic attack. And she went downstairs and got my matron or my house parent, like the adult, which was the best thing she could have done really. They came up and it's not a routine, but whenever I have a tic attack now, I kind of know what I need. So because it's quite stressful when you have a tic attack for the first time, or for the first time in a very long period of time. It can be quite intimidating and really quite scary, because you don't really know what's going on. You're fine 1 minute and then the next you're really not. What I always like to do is obviously whoever's in the room goes and gets an adult or whatever, but then I think just having that person there always reassures me. But then after it's finished, I always tend to be like really exhausted, like really tired. And might sound random, let me know if you also feel the same. I'm always like really hot and really in need of like a glass of water, because obviously it's quite physical, like I'm moving lots and lots and I'm just really tired. And so my routine is my dorm mate goes and gets the adult, and then whilst they're coming in, she goes and gets a glass of water. She's amazing. When I have my tic attack, that's what I do. You may not even have tic attacks, or if you know someone with tic attacks or with Tourette's, and you're ever worried about what to do, just ask them. So if you're curious and you know you have a friend with Tourette's and say, do you ever have tic attacks, or have you ever had a tic attack, and they go, oh yeah, I have, ask them, you know, if that were to happen, what would you want me to do? Because it's very important that in that moment the person having the tic attack feels like safe and reassured with what's going on around them. My tic attacks don't tend to have like a specific trigger, but like my general tics, they do tend to get worse when I am tired, or when I'm stressed, or when I'm anxious or excited. But it's mostly when a few of those are all combined. You know, I've had a really hard day at school and I'm feeling really tired, and maybe I'm stressed about some homework that's due the next day, or general things like that sort of build up, and there might be some other things going on that sort of build up this anxiousness, and then that's when I tend to have a tic attack. But I know that some people have specific triggers. Maybe when they go to a certain place, that triggers it. Or maybe it's when they're in a classroom, that triggers it. So everybody's different. A good place to look at if you're looking for information, either for yourself or for someone you know or your family, go check out Tourette's Action's website, because they have a really good page on tic attacks and So yeah, I really suggest go checking that out. And the reason I wanted to kind of talk about this today is because I feel like, because Tourette's is stereotyped quite a lot to be, you know, the swearing disease and all of that, in my opinion it's good to educate other people in what Tourette's actually is, and tic-tacs are just a part of Tourette's, for me anyway, and it's something that I have to cope with, and loads of other people with Tourette's also have to deal with. So I hope this helped in any way, shape or form, to let you know that if you have tic-tacs, you're not the only one, I have them too, and if you know someone around you with Tourette's or that has tic-tacs, I hope this helped in some way, or if you didn't even know what it was, there you go, a little insight to some people's lives. Yeah, so I hope you liked this video. Thank you for watching. Please smash the thumbs up if you like the video and click the big red subscribe button. And also tune in tomorrow for day 3 of Ticmas, which I'm going to keep a surprise what it's about. So we'll just have to wait and see and come back tomorrow and find out. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you're having a good day. See you soon. Bye!